One cool Wednesday morning in May 2019, a deputy stepped into 15-year-old Riley Crossman's small West Virginia bedroom. Posters of pop singers drooped on the walls, jeans lay in careless piles, and a homework notebook was half open on the floor. It looked like any teenager's space until the deputy pulled back the comforter and froze. Brown-red spots dotted the sheets, and a wider smear stretched across the pillow. In a single breath, the case turned from a routine missing child call into the beginning of a homicide hunt. The officer walked back to the living room, where Riley's mother, Chantel Oakley, clutched her phone. Riley had not answered a single text since the previous night, and that silence was screaming now. Beside Chantel stood her boyfriend, 31-year-old Andy Macaulay. He shifted from foot to foot and murmured, "She'll be back. She runs off sometimes." Chantel shook her head. Riley never went anywhere without telling friends, and she never abandoned her phone, glasses, or cash. All of them were still in the room. Deputies began to ask where everyone had been since sunset. Andy said he left for construction work at 5 in the morning and never came back. He insisted he had stayed on the job site all day. Yet when detectives phoned his co-worker Johnny, the story cracked. Johnny admitted Andy disappeared from the site for nearly 5 hours, long enough to drive home, hide something, and return before anyone missed him. Later that afternoon, Riley's boyfriend, Hayden, arrived at the station holding his own phone like fragile glass. He and Riley had FaceTimed every night for 8 months. At 9:30 p.m., the night before, she sent him a frightened text. "Andy's in my room. I'm scared." Moments later, the call cut off. Hayden had deleted his messages to hide them from his strict mother, but he still had Riley's last words. The text stripped the thin mask from Andy's calm face. Detectives brought Andy in. Under the fluorescent light, he looked tired but confident. Asked to explain his gap in the day, he first said he ran to another site. When confronted with Johnny's timeline, he changed it. He had driven off to buy cocaine. A third version claimed he merely stopped at home to pick up drugs he already owned. Each new story dug the hole deeper. Investigators did not care about the drugs. They cared about the truth, and Andy would not give it. Lab results from the stained bedding returned next. The blood matched Andy, mixed with saliva, a sign that Riley's face had been pressed hard into the pillow. Confronted, Andy shook his head and whispered, "She wasn't scared of me. She loves me." Detectives watched his knee bounce faster. Without a cell phone to track, police turned to street cameras. Footage from the nearby high school showed Andy's pickup rolling away from the job site, then backing into Chantel's driveway at midday, the very hours he claimed to be hammering shelves. Using that path, search teams and canine units fanned into the steep country above Route 9. 8 days after Riley vanished, a dog barked in a rocky hollow. There, beneath fallen leaves and drywall dust, lay Riley's body. A handful of odd blue-tipped screws on the ground matched screws found earlier in Andy's truck. Officers arrested Andy that same night. In court, the defense pointed out that Riley's body was too decomposed to reveal an exact cause of death and that no clear motive existed. The jury listened instead to the broken timeline, the matching screws, the CCTV trail, the blood on the sheets, and the text that said, "I'm scared." After 4 hours of deliberation across 2 days, they filed back with a single word: guilty. The judge handed down 2 life sentences, one for murder and one for concealing a body, ensuring Andy Macaulay will die behind concrete walls. He offered no apology and no explanation. Chantel, through tears, told the court that her daughter loved to draw sunsets and dreamed of becoming a veterinarian. Hayden laid a white rose on the courthouse steps and said he still keeps Riley's last text, so he never forgets why silence matters. Justice finally spoke out loud.